bikes who can enter the run is any dual sport bike, licensed, manufactured, of a capacity bigger than at and bigger than 450 cc's.
Well, it's just 2 days, so I think it'll be, from an endurance point of view, not too bad. I'm just here to have fun and show some of the local guys some support. I think it's really important. It's really good stuff that's happening here with Amageza. I'm really excited about where it's going, and it's really good to see the amount of preparation people put into their bikes and stuff. But for me, I'm just going out there to enjoy myself and ride with some of the guys that I know online and that, and support a good South African rally, because I think the future for rallies in Southern Africa.
I'm Daryl Curtis. It's the first time here at Amageza Rally. Just come back from Dakar 2012, where we went out, we had a look to see what the rally in Dakar was all about, and I came back with a 22nd. And we're looking forward to going back next year and improving our results. Going to Dakar for the first time was quite a big learning curve, and it's all about the road book, and that's what I quite like about the Amageza, is the guys have developed a road book for everybody else. The guys that want to go out and do their first Dakar, they can get a little bit of experience and find out what Dakar is really all about. I think the Amageza will be quite challenging for most of the riders. We had a lot of rain last night, it was wet. I did the time trial this morning, and lots of deep rivers and really nice technical rocky sections, and I think the guys on the bigger bikes are going to struggle. Everybody with a 450, I think it's definitely better suited for the 450, so I'm quite happy to be on a 450 for tomorrow.
Yes, we've got Michelin tires here and we've got Maxi tires here, all for nice riding, and it's quite wet out there, so we made sure that we get all the nice and hard tires for the surface terrain. We're as well doing bike maintenance if they wanted to change oils, change spark plugs, get a faulty plug or anything, top up brake fluids, brake pads, anything for the race as well. Yeah.
How's your father?
Yeah, how's your...
Everything's a bit bent here.
My name's Ashley. I'm the dealer principal of KTM Cape Town. The more we got involved with Amageza, the more, from the first meeting with Wayne and Alex, it was obvious that these guys had a good plan, a solid plan, and knew what they were doing. They came across very professional. They were very receptive to the offer that we put on the table, and there seems to be a lot more interest in international rides. With Chris Birch having done the Dakar Rally this year, it's the interest is huge, and there's more and more guys wanting to go over and do the hardcore enduro races. The roof is becoming an international race. With the big names that are coming out now, everything is becoming, all the races are becoming more accessible, and the lack of a Dakar in Africa, the Amageza looks like the perfect replacement for it. KTM discontinued the 640 Adventure, and it left a void in the market, and we left it too long. We should have looked for a replacement. They came out with the 690. They replaced the 640 Adventure with the 690 Enduro, which works in many countries, but it doesn't. It's not an adventure bike. So what we were looking for was a bike, a single cylinder bike that's light, with more comfortable, with good wind protection and more longer fuel range, and the 690 Enduro was a perfect starting point. Very capable off-road bike. The challenges we found with the bike was that the suspension was very hard for adventure riding. The bike is very aggressive. Basically what we were doing is taking an enduro bike and making an adventure bike, which was quite a challenge. With Hilton Hayward's help, Hilton used to work at the factory, developed the 2009 suspension. He helped us sort out the front end on our Oryx, which made it much more plush in front for adventure type riding. The additional weight of the tanks on the Oryx kit, you get 4.5 litres per tank, so you get 9 extra litres. With the original 12, it gives you 21 litres. That gave you a decent fuel range, and then with the rally kit you get decent wind protection. We've had some local modifications done to the seat, which makes it more comfortable for adventure type riding, and we found the bike to be supremely comfortable in all conditions.
I'm Greg Miller. I'm head of marketing for the Western Cape, Eastern Cape Monster Energy, and yeah, we're super stoked to be associated with the Monster Energy Amageza rally for 2012. It just really ties in with sort of the action sports, motorsports, hardcore stuff that we're into. You know, with our Mini winning the Dakar this year, this was a great opportunity to sort of carry on that campaign of sports and involvement in motorsport. So it's great to be out here in Sutherland and part of this rally. My qualifier was interesting. My navigational map wanted to take me to Joburg, so I wasn't the best navigator, which made me start at the back. We got to see all the lines the guys have been taking through the mud, and the one good thing about that was that we got to these 2 deep river crossings, which were quite intimidating, and I certainly didn't want to be the first one to arrive at those rivers and got to figure out whether it's makeable and how deep they are. So at least I had trails to follow, you know, get me through the rivers. But it was a great ride and managed to pick my way through the field, qualified comfortably. So it gives you an understanding of what we can expect in the next 2 days. You know? I think the guys that are qualified on the Cape Town things in the sand out near Atlantis, I think this is a very different landscape, and the terrain's very different. So those guys that haven't ridden today are going to be wondering what to expect, and at least we know what's out there, you know, what kind of terrain we're facing.
Interesting to see that so many guys have gone to so much effort to come and do this race. It's unusual, you know. Normally in South Africa they have like an adventure bike ride, and you'll bring a standard adventure. I would never have thought that there'd be so many people spending so much money to come here. I mean, they've made their own tanks and they've bought road books, and it's really expensive to do all of that. So we've got the speedo cap. This one's full of water at the moment. That gives you your compass bearing. Then you've got a big GPS over here, but it doesn't give you any track or anything like that. It only gives you the waypoint, so you've got to use the road book to find the waypoint. Okay. So it's very difficult.
Ja,